Hello, happy bros. Hey, you're about to get a face full of the Ken Bozak. He's a mentor. That's what I heard. He's a connector. Oh, yeah. He's a brilliant leader. I've seen it. He's Ken Bozak. Oh, happy bro. You gotta get some Bitcoin and hold it. Happy bros. You gotta get those NFTs and you gotta hodl that stuff. You gotta hodl it. Some Ken bro. We got your Bitcoin, bro. He's an original. Buy some NFTs and hold them. How many times does he have to tell you? Going to the moon. We're going to the moon. We're going to the moon. We're going to the moon. Going to the moon. We're going to the moon. We're gonna get real high. 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 Yeah, we're going to the moon. We're going to the moon. Bro, we're going to the moon. Oh yeah, we're going to the moon. We're gonna get real high. Real high. Yep. Real high. Hello, happy bros. Come get your Ken Bozak.
And we're live, bros.
We're live. Welcome to the show. Hey.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Whoa.
I always feel like it's like 6 a.m., but that's only for me. It's like noon Eastern, so it's like, damn,
It's
Nathan's
6
got the
a.m.
energy. I just woke up.
Traffic's light on the 405 this morning, and the weather looks kind of partly sunny. I don't know.
Oh man, we should do like yesterday's Powerball numbers and shit.
I'll do it. I could read it fast.
All right,
I could do an
go find it
auctioneer
out.
type.
What was yesterday's Powerball numbers, bro?
You fucker. You found my weakness. You're like, do a thing. And I'm like, shit. No.
So our guest today is Aram, right? How do I say that? Did I say that right? Aram?
Yeah. Aram Barnett.
All right, cool.
Dude.
Aram, how good is it, man? Thanks for joining the show today.
How goes?
Man, it goes well. It goes well. Happy Sunday to everybody. I'm gonna try to be as energetic as possible, and I'm gonna pretend like I didn't just wake up all of 10 minutes ago.
Yeah.
I've learned how to pretend very well.
There we go. I'll be like, ooh.
I've been up having panic
Mortals.
attacks since like 6:30 in the morning, so I'm like ready to go. That's my life.
You ready to rock and
Hey,
roll?
I see Al Bundy in the chat. Hey, Al, this is why I don't use bowls that I want to keep forever. I fucking broke my bowl today. So this isn't supposed to come off, but here it is, not on his head anymore.
Really? It's not a detachable accessory?
I mean, no. But I got to get, like, glass glue and fix it, but I'm just sad.
Yeah.
Told you, Al, I'd break it. You didn't believe me.
It's a sad day.
It just broke right before the show. But anyway, I just saw an interesting article I shared with the Telegram community, and I wanted to post that real quick for the chat to jump into if they wanted to read any funny, interesting stories today. Here goes one. Buying a pink NFT cat was a crypto nightmare, and this is a BBC news article. And it just goes over the process of how much of a complete and utter shit show Ethereum NFTs really are. and why I only fuck with wax. So just go ahead and check out this this experience, I should say, because she interviewed herself. I think she wrote the article after trying to buy it herself. So this is coming from Christina Criddle. Ooh, cool last name. And yeah, Ethereum fucking is absolute dog shit for NFTs. So
Don't say that.
absolute dog shit. Absolute dog shit. It is what it is, bro. I'm sorry. I'm not alone. BBC agrees with me. The only people that don't agree with me are the people that have Ethereum NFTs for sale. They're the only people that don't agree with me.
Fine.
You know I love you. You know I love Superworld, but they definitely
I know.
need to get on either Matic and a sidechain solution, or get on other blockchains to become interoperable, because Ethereum is going to ruin NFTs for the world.
You're
You're not wrong.
Thank you.
You're not wrong.
It's just because I don't have a dog in the race, I get to talk shit sometimes, but it's like, I get it.
I restrain myself, believe me, because I mean, you know who, like the people I know and the things I'm doing, it's like I do have to kind of act like it's awesome.
Yeah, but your NFTs are different though. That's the thing. Explain the difference between a super world NFT that actually has smart contracts written into it, other than, I don't know, a cute still image on the blockchain.
Yeah, I mean, it's a big difference in the sense that you're going to be able to tag things to it. You're going to be able to geographically pin things to it. You're going to be able to monetize it, get revenue splits from it. So there's a lot of utility.
If you're getting an Ethereum NFT, it better have all of the shit he just mentioned. And Super Bowl
better
got it.
have all of it. And honestly, we're doing a lot of things on our platform that are going to like kind of put it more to good use. But we're also very chain agnostic, like I've spoken about before. And hint, hint, wink, wink. There's a lot of, I don't know, is that a thing? Nudge, nudge. I have no idea what I'm saying. But the point is,
Nathan, tell me about your project. What are you?
Superworld.
Superworld. Let me check this out.
Yeah, we're an AR and VR world mapped over the real world. So,
and I mentioned this because I saw you had mentioned, Aram, in our calendar when you booked the show, a metaverse and NFTs and AR and things like that. So this does tie in very well to what you wanted to mention. So this is where I kind of dropped this conversation ball rolling for you and Nathan. He has no clue what you put on the calendar, but I do. So I'm really good at setting up conversations to happen. But yeah, I feel like this is something you and him would be able to jump in and out of a lot with topic of metaverses.
Yeah. We actually have a guy named Will Burns who defined the meaning of the word metaverse, and he's on our board. He's so like we have some interesting people associated with the project. We're extremely excited to be like the metaverse is kind of our, although we love everybody.
They're downloading that. Yeah, downloading that for this. No, this stuff is cool. AR, the metaverse is coming up really fast with all the stuff from Snapchat, Niantic, and Google, and then soon to be Apple. Like probably like next week, this stuff is coming up faster than anybody thought.
Real fast, bro.
Yeah, it's insane. I'm checking out the Superworld right now, and I love like where your head is thinking about this. So like I've been working on a project called Palm Trees Inn. And dude, I've been working on NFTs for a couple of years now, right? But like to your point that NFTs need to be able to have like more functionality. I personally think like where NFTs are right now kind of sucks, and it really doesn't like match the promise of what we all thought an NFT was going to be. So decided to do something about that where I want my assets.
Bitcoin years ago. It's like there. We're like, oh, this is gonna be valuable. That's where we're at.
Yeah, and then it's like, yeah, you're absolutely right. Yeah, and like we we built NFTs that are now like AR, that are in AR, that are like have like geo coordinates. But we built it so that like anybody who buys one of these NFTs can actually like go and move the coordinates. So if you buy one of these 200, 300 foot palm trees, right, that are like in New York for this exhibit for the month of June, you can then go and put it to like Machu Picchu or like Antarctica. And then like you can go and see like they would put like a little digital placard next to it so people go and see like who owns it. Dude, I am super excited for that. And then I saw that I wonder if you guys know about this, but I'm like my partner who's like runs an art collective is like art needs to be able to be experienced by everybody. And so we did our AR assets so that you can view them in a browser without having a separate application. You can just go to palmtreesin.com and like the palm tree will like be like right there. So like
what
somebody
was the website again? Palm Tree what now?
palmtreesin.com.
Palmtreesin.com.
Yeah, and we wanted to. So it's like,
palmtreesin.com.
there we go. That's Palm Tree Sin. There we go. If you want to put a palm tree somewhere nasty, I'm not going to stop you. Send us that content. But yeah, we wanted for people who like aren't going to be in New York for like the month of June when we're doing this exhibition to be able to go and take a picture with one of these palm trees and then go and share it with people. You can go and do that. Like somebody in like Guatemala can go and like scan the ground and go like plant a palm tree and like go take a picture with it on like their like Android phone.
And I can interact with the palm tree. I can actually look at the bottom of it, the top of it, left and right. I'm interacting with it. The chat can see. I posted a link in the chat for everyone to check it out. But yeah, I can actually like play with my palm tree.
Yeah, dude, and like you get that file, and so that file can go into Decentraland. If Super World of Wild's like GLB files, you can port it there. You can port it into like a Roblox, right? It's like the metaverse is here, and these things should be able to move with you wherever you go.
Absolutely. So we're built on Unity essentially. We're
Nice,
using
yeah.
Unity essentially. So anything that kind of plays into that, you can use Blender, Maya, any kind of 3D software, any gaming engine type of thing to put it into our world, so to speak.
Oh, holy crap. I can zoom all the way in too.
Oh, really? Is it that good?
Yeah, dude. I can like zoom so far into this tree.
That is dope. Would you classify this as like MR? Or is it like, because you said you're kind of interacting with it. And for those who don't know, that's mixed reality.
Yeah, it feels more like MR than AR because I can touch it and move it. And yeah.
If you look at it on your phone, you can go and plant it.
Oh, that's even
insane.
Cooler.
So yeah, I definitely want to have the Super World talk with you, even off air a little bit, because this is pretty awesome. I like this idea for like almost like reforestation projects, even kind of giving like a physical visual element.
Well, yeah, buy an NFT, plant the NFT, and somewhere some company will actually plant a physical tree because the dollar went to a charity that does that. I mean, absolutely perfect.
Yeah, I think it's great. And we're already working with One Tree Planted so that when you buy a plot, we'll plant a tree. But anything like this to kind of make it more of an experience, I think is kind of the next step too. I mean, what if the future of fundraising is not only NFTs, but experiential NFTs and just this kind of this I don't know. It's a thing to do.
No, you're absolutely right, man. That's what has to happen, right? It's we need to like move past JPEG as an industry. Where it's like
fucking people with his goddamn $69 million JPEG.
I know, that's why I'm doing all 2D. I'm like, it works.
It's like it works, but like it's not good enough. We need something that pushes the paradigm, right? It's like I want to be able to, like I am. For the most part, my friends are pretty smart people, right? For the most part, but they a lot of them still didn't understand what an NFT was. And then when I tell them to go to now palmtreesin.com, because I'm stealing that from you, Ken. It's such a good idea.
Thank you.
Ken's one of the smarter ones. But I was like, I say like, oh, this is a tree, right? Here's like a digital asset. It's like one of one that you can only see at a certain location. They instantaneously get what an NFT is, right? And so like we think for this project, it means so much more for like the industry as a whole, for people now to really start understanding like what a non-fungible token is, and that they're actually able to start interacting like with these pieces, right? Being able to experience one-of-one works of art that can circumnavigate the globe, that can be in like environments that you're familiar with, are incredibly important, right? And so like that, MR, XR experience for like these assets adds like an entirely new dimension to the overall experience. And that's what gets me like really geeked about stuff like this. And we want to open up our platform for like just like more artists to come through and like really take a hold of this technology, where it's like there's no reason why you can't have a gallery show or an exhibition like anywhere on the planet. And you're able to do that with XR. You can go put like
I mean,
put a middle finger.
You definitely just gave me an interesting question, and now I have to ask it. No one's going to have an answer because it's one of those questions that are unanswerable at the moment. But
try me.
What do we do when you need a permit to host a virtual mixed universe of mixed reality event? Like you need a permit to host a real venued event, dude.
You disguise it as a protest because you have the right to protest.
No, you don't.
It's actually
we
the
lost the
answer.
right to protest the
Legal
Freedom Act,
loophole.
bro. No, to protest, your government is now to be an organized terroristic organization. You're actually not allowed to protest in the United States anymore. It's not what it used to be, bro.
Yeah, if you're the insane
Why do you
clown
think they're
posse.
fucking tear gassing and water canning Black Lives Matter marches, bro? Because they can now.
All right.
I'm just saying, like, I'm worried about where the government will step in and get involved in mixed reality and augmented reality, where you're going to need a fucking permit to do any kind of events. Like, he's right. Why can't you? Well, that's because there's no law that prevents it. But eventually, there will be an answer to why can't you just do a mixed reality event wherever you want. Oh, because I have to ask my local municipal building if I can get a permit for that virtual venue.
Well, here's the thing, because it's a government, right? Chances are it's going to be like privatized and corporatized. So you'll probably have to go through a platform that already has all the permits and pay a fee. Like imagine like Apple, that's getting really close to mapping the world, or like Niantic, and like Niantic will do partnerships with all the municipalities. They'll be like, oh, just pay us and we'll give it to them, right? So it'll probably be some public-private corporate like partnership. But until then, there are no rules, so you can kind of do whatever you want with AR, right? We were talking with an artist where it's like, oh, you could like spray paint the side of a building and like have that as an NFT, and you can like, it'll live forever, right? And or
Graffiti
someone can
Kings.
figure out how to go put
Graffiti
exactly.
Kings display on the side of a building that lives forever, that'd be dope.
If somebody can like do like a 3D map of the world on a blockchain, which would be incredibly difficult, like I don't know how that would work. It wouldn't even be a blockchain at that point. Like there's ways you could do it without government intervention, right? But you're absolutely right. It's like what happens when the feds want to get involved and they're like, oh, you got to get a permit to go do like this AR. It's like, well, you know what? Just go be bad, do what you want.
Well, but I mean, that's essentially what we've done is we've mapped this layer over the real world. Where, the way I describe it is we're just sort of like an interface through which you can access a new form of reality. We're kind of like a portal into a different dimension. That's there, but you can't see it now. And it is like a lot of concept and theory. And I think that there's going to be a lot of companies. You mentioned a lot of people that are doing the same thing. But I think that it's a race to see who can be accepted generally as like the metaverse instead of like just this, like whoever can be like the virtual world that other worlds live within. Like that's going to be the winner, essentially, if you're looking at it as a competition, which we don't really, but a lot of people do that we deal with.
Facebook sure as hell did not plan on being where they're at today. They were just going to be like a college university dating group chat type thing, right? Like, what was it? Like sexypeople.com or hot faces and shit like that was like kind of Facebook's thing. That's why it was Facebook. They were judging you on your face. That's what it was for. And then it became this thing that the world decided it will be. And like you said, any one of these metaverses will be that. It's not going to be what we know or what we want it. It's just going to be what the world, as like the 51% majority says, this is the main thing, and it will become that main thing. But we still have Twitter. We still have, all these other things. I still think there will be so many metaverses out there that the interoperable one, that will be the one. The one that uses all of them will be that main one.
Well, and that's why I think that just like you have Twitter, Instagram, Apple, Tesla, you're going to have Superworld, and it's going to be in that conversation. So it's all about everybody doing the best at what they do. These people are already doing such an awesome job at what they do. It's hard for me to believe, and I could be wrong, but it's hard for me to believe that they have what it takes to do this thing as awesome as they've done everything else.
I'm curious, you both work in this metaverse world, like very, closely. What are your thoughts on like potential repercussions for misusing this opportunity? You know what I mean? Like when I saw Gabriel Dean Roberts showing his art off in New York City in like augmented reality in such a way that immediately I was like, shit, man, the fucking people in Reddit and 4chan are going to ruin this with like swastika dick pics all over New York City. I'm just curious, like, what are your thoughts on like the repercussions of like how, this permissionlessness goes into a decentralized environment of a metaverse where like 4chan and Reddit are going to have a field day with this, and it's going to suck for us because they're going to be the bad actors. What repercussions, though, will there be for bad actors? Because when somebody gets caught graffitiing a swastika in the real world on a building, they go to jail. But what happens when they're doing it where they put a virtual swastika on a building now in a metaverse? Where do these repercussions come in? Is it Superworld's problem? Or is it the artist that did its problem? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, so there's two parts to that, I would say. And so the first part would be that everybody has their own world, essentially. So while there's like an owner of the plot, through each of our apps, through each of our phones, we have our own ability to build our own world. Just the same way you have your own Instagram page, I have my own Instagram page. So you can always like block the ability to see those users. You can always kind of avoid looking at that stuff. And eventually, if it's bad enough, you can go to the platform themselves and they'll probably look at it, maybe take something down. The problem, like you said, is that it's decentralized. So that's why we have enough of a corporate structure around this thing to handle those type of problems instead of just going, all right, here we go. Because like you said, there's going to be some issues with handling like what pops up from the free speech environment. There's going to be some sketchy things that come up. And even a lot of things that are going to kind of spark probably interesting social debates. But in the meantime, we do have to kind of think about that stuff. So I guess the first answer would be kind of the same way any social media would approach it, any social media platform, is that it's them doing this. If they violate our terms of service, you know. Exactly. And unfortunately, I know that we hate to hear that in this space, sort of in blockchain and crypto, but that's how it has to be at the time being until we figure out AI that's with us enough to not make those kind of wrong decisions.
Or until I guess the user base grows to such a point that DAOing out would make sense and self-governance makes sense. But at such a small adoption rate for any project right now to DAO out would just be again game theoried and misused as a DAO. So like you're right, some centralization is very important. That's kind of what I'm getting at with the repercussions of it is, well, then you'll just get banned or things will be deleted or it will be just, shadow banned from that environment. You can't, IPFS works, but good luck doing it in illicit ways. It'll still be removed.
I think it's like, to your point, right? It's like, it would be cool to hit somebody with a shadow ban, right? But it's permissionless. There's no, our stuff isn't open source yet, but there's probably going to be a time where it's like, you can just fork our code base and you don't even need to be connected to this centralized like plot, right? Decentraland, where it's like, there's still like a sandbox. There is no reason why you couldn't go and fork our code, go stand it up on like your own server if you wanted to, and then go and put a swastika on top of the White House and take a picture, right? Like that is a reality where it's like if there's an actor who's determined to go do something, they can go and do it. However, I think in the grand scheme of things, putting a swastika over the White House, although is really like stupid, right? There's higher levels of trolling that people could get into for this. That will be even more like detrimental because, the power with this platform, you can circumnavigate the planet. What happens if somebody goes and puts something over like, the Red Square in Kremlin, or over like CCP in like China, right? There could be a possibility to go and start like an international conflict, right? Like there's some wild shit that could happen. And so I think, Nathan's point, you're right. There needs to be some sort of level of censorship in this technology. Do I think I'm the right person to do that? Probably not. But whether it is handed off to an AI or some sort of council, I don't even think we've gotten like censorship right on traditional social media, right? It's it's really, really, really tough. So I don't have an answer to that, right? It's
and I think legally, so
let the mods deal with it.
You're sort of right, and I think part of Ken's question too is that what are the legal ramifications of some of this stuff? So in my opinion, a lot of that hinges upon it being taken seriously, and that hinges upon it being considered a part of the real world, kind of like we all have a shadow that we can't detach from. And I think that hinges upon something else, which is actual properties, like we've discussed here in the past, claiming plots in the metaverse, saying, hey, I own this physical property, and this is the plot in the metaverse. That way, you know, you can't really say anything if you're another platform. They'd be like, hey, we have to strike up a deal with say Superworld, because that owner in the real world owns that plot in the metaverse. So you're gonna have to go through them. And
I don't think that's good enough. It's
and
probably
I think
going to be like,
well, it's the start of creating legal precedent for some things. Otherwise, it's just like, you know, a Snapchat filter over something that they don't own, and we can just like ignore it. And the government goes like, hey, like you're crying over somebody taking a picture.
Yeah, but what
here.
if
Not a big deal.
so what happens, and obviously, you know, this is all super hypothetical, but like
yeah.
I want to go down that hypothetical rabbit hole in the metaverse stuff, and Superworld is at the front of that conversation. So I will use them as an example. But like, what happens when these property owners in the real world come to Superworld and say, you're selling our fucking property? This is my I own this shit. How are you selling it in your Superworld metaverse thing without our permission? What are we getting back? Because I own that lot.
Yeah.
So you tokenized my house and then sold it to somebody. Where's my cut? Or where, like, so I'm just curious.
they don't own it.
Right, but that's not even a conversation that is up for debate. But it's only one legislation away. It's like one governor finding out his house was sold on Superworld and going, I should probably make a law around this. And then the governor does just that, right?
But then, like, what about like Google Maps, right? Or even like,
but they're not selling. Right? Like, they're not selling this. They're not selling that.
I think it's like, if you're a cartographer and you go throughout the entire problems of like actually like mapping the world, right, and digitizing that, and then going and then selling that, like, I would say to the landowner, like, tough tits, right? Like, that's not your property, right? It's like, you own the physical property. You bought a house, you bought a land.
You own a bar.
Yeah, but I'm just saying a law that doesn't exist today could exist tomorrow that changes everything you just said. That's what I mean. In the
physical world, you own a line around a piece of land. And that's kind of how I view a Superworld NFT, is just like a square in the virtual world.
So you own a square. Yeah.
And that's the thing, is that's kind of the legal argument there in some ways, until it does get accepted as being connected, is that, hey, this is just a filter over reality. We're not touching you. I'm not touching you. I'm not touching you. It's kind of that sort of thing, in my opinion, because it's like, who's to say that any harm has been done? There's no harm, no foul. If you can't prove some sort of loss in a court of law, you know, the court of law has to make you whole. Like, that's their job. If you can't prove something's been taken from you, you know, it's not going to work.
It's going to be an interesting court case.
I think so. I'm going to watch.
If I own like the Plaza, like if I buy like the Plaza Hotel or like, you know, something wild like that, like I'll be the dickhead landlord and be like, I need this land in virtual world because it's quite valuable now. I'm sure like somebody's going to do it. It's going to be quite interesting. I don't think there's a legal precedence. I mean, like, unless like, hey, you know, you spray paint the Plaza Hotel with a bunch of like dicks and swastikas, right? Then there might be a problem.
Combine the two.
Yeah, swastika dick. That I know it exists. Like I'm not even gonna Google it. Like I already know it exists. Because there's nothing new on the internet. This shit we haven't discovered yet. No, the Simpsons did it.
If that's what everything feels like these days.
So yeah, there's some there. I'm sure there's some wild stuff there. But yeah, I think, you know, where we're heading with the entire metaverse. What I was saying, like, when you talk about wasn't good enough, I think you need to go like a step deeper. Where I think will happen in the next 5 to 10 years is there's going to be like NFTs as a primitive, or like .nft files that'll be able to like come rendered off of like an Adobe file. I mean, Adobe Photoshop or like MS Word or something like that. And instead of having like these documents, right, to go and prove, you know, like for a partnership, right, like human corroboration is a centralized point of failure. Having a .nft file that can be sent from metaverse to metaverse, right, is going to be incredibly powerful. I think that's how it's going to get done, right? Like you would save all this stuff and, you know, some global blockchain. Oh, this like binary has been read or has been hedged, so on and so forth, right? And then there's some really interesting ways to go and like validate, like, oh, you know, somebody didn't like infringe upon like what's it called? Like your intellectual property,
yeah,
right? Where it's like, yeah, and so it's like, oh, this is like a similar image, right? Just don't make like the dot NFT of this, right? And like there's some really cool ways I'm sure that that can happen, that I'm really curious of. But I think the next like 3.0 is NFTs as a primitive, coming off of like a Blender or a Maya or one of these like places that we generate the assets from. And that's just yeah, that takes a while to even get there.
I think you're right. I think even going back to like the how it'll take more type thing. That's one thing I am excited about Superworld. Like we have credibility in the form of our board members. So like I'm just looking right now just to kind of refresh me because we're always seeing new people involved. Bob Metcalf, he's on our board. He's the inventor of Ethernet, creator of Metcalf's Law. We have Stephen Wolfram.
Yeah.
Stephen Wolfram, famous mathematician. Richard Ling. He's a very famous entrepreneur. We've got some incredible people. Robert Scoble, who's you know, an evangelist in the computing world, essentially. So we've got some impressive people. We have even Nitin Gower, who's like the head of digital assets at IBM. And a lot of these people, like the reason I bring this stuff up is it gives a project credibility. When we're talking about people making laws and things like that, these are great thinkers and great minds. So these are the people that might even be consulted in those situations. It's important to have steady hands at the helm in a project like this. So considering that we are somewhat centralized in a decentralized world, I think it's good that we have great thinkers on our board and great minds around us to help kind of guide the ship and sculpt the statue that we're building. But also I think that when it's going to get to that point legally, eventually, it's going to pay off and to have these credible people kind of helping make the case, you know, for the stuff that we're doing. So we've just had a lot of like good, intense discussions about this stuff, and we feel really good about everything. And it's just important to have a good team, you know, because these questions are very intense questions in some ways. Like we're asking about like serious social ramifications. Like we're talking about potentially world wars starting over like artwork being dropped somewhere.
Yeah, that's I mean, wasn't that like a conversation over a movie not too long ago with like Seth Rogen and
the interview almost started World War III. What do you think?
That did happen.
And then
what do you think happened?
Now we have Beeple doing things like Winnie the Pooh NFT trolling, like it's next level. But yeah, you're right. What happens when somebody decides to do some crazy metaverse like activist this shit that starts a war, bro?
Yeah, and I won't even bring up.
No, I don't want to give anybody any fucking ideas.
Yeah, because like I've in discussions that we've had, like I've heard some crazy things, and I've even thought of some crazy things that would go into that formula, and it's a scary world, like because we have to think about that kind of stuff, you know. We have to analyze possibilities, look at outcomes, and
it's only a matter of time.
Very interesting.
Like I remember like 2-3 weeks ago when Elon Musk was like tweeting and like manipulating the price of Bitcoin, right? Like all of my group chats are all like, fuck this guy. And I'm like, well, we have the technology. Somebody can go and like render like a middle finger and I can get the GPS coordinates and we just drop AR NFTs across every single Tesla factory, right? Or every single house that he owns. And it's like, I sat there, it's like, oh shit, if I could do this from a room, like anywhere on the planet, like think about what somebody else can do. And this is off of like a tweet. Imagine if like there's so much wild stuff you could do with this, technology.
The level of harassment hasn't even been experimented with, but it's coming.
Yeah, and Elon Musk is like the Tekashi 6ix9ine of rocket scientists, by the way. Like I'm not sure it's gonna like bother him, the middle fingers. He'd probably be like, all right, I'm doing something right here. They're pissed.
He's like, there you go. Or it could be even worse, like go buy a Honda. Go place his ad for like a that's the real troll. Forget the middle finger. It's like on the SpaceX factory. Go check out Virgin Galactic and on the Tesla things, like go buy a Toyota. It's that's like true. There's so much other stuff. So there's I can only imagine what the internet trolls are going to do with this technology. Well, yeah, you know, there's good actors and there's bad actors. Usually bad actors adopt technologies first. I think it was like somebody did a deep fake of Barack Obama I wouldn't be surprised if a deepfake starts a war or some sort of conflict. I'm surprised it hasn't.
Me too,
right?
bro. Like, same. I'm really impressed that the world hasn't gone to shit over deepfakes already.
We don't know though if like one has been legit or not. Like if one's been out there and people are like, I didn't say that, you know. I mean,
Well, give the deepfakes 100 years to be around, so it's 100-year-old video. So 100 years from now, it'll probably look real, and somebody could deepfake Martin Luther King saying some fucking wild shit. Yeah, we all know that that's fucking fake and deepfaked and bullshit. But 100 years from now, you know what I mean? Like, imagine finding some
That's
fake
true.
news on an Egyptian scroll. We don't know that that's fake news. We just go, ancient Egypt said Cleopatra flashed her pussy to everybody, bro. But that was just some dude writing a
we
joke.
saw it when she was getting out of the carriage.
Yeah, dude. But it was,
The
That was
paparazzi
the
caught
wildest
it.
thing. Yo, fake news on an Egyptian scroll.
we wouldn't know, though. We would just be like, that shit happened.
Dude, yeah, he's
Just
right.
see an AP history class because you weren't able to memorize it. You're like, this is fucking BS to me. Would you still got to do it? You get a 3 on your AP exam? Yeah.
Dude, that's a thing that could actually happen. I never really thought about it on that level, but he's right. I mean,
It probably
he's
has
going to be
happened.
able to say, "Hey, this wasn't a thing," because the technology won't have been invented yet, and maybe like the video will be in a format that's not even like analyzable by the new shit. I don't know. You know how like some older stuff that we have, it's like the computer's like, I don't know what this is.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Like a GameCube.
it's like,
You're like,
what are you talking? So maybe it was probably
trying
like
to
that.
plug like trying to plug a Nintendo 64 up to like a 4K TV.
Yeah.
It's like not happening. It's not happening.
It's like, what is going on here?
You're like, well, yeah, you know, outside of all of this fake news stuff, real news is that you know, this this upcoming Thursday, and Nathan, I don't know if you're going to be in Miami, but
Yeah.
to celebrate, there we go, to celebrate the release of this Palm Trees Inn exhibition. We're throwing a party in Miami, and I am so excited about
What?
that. So if you guys want to go, please
Can we get
register. Let me
VIP?
tell you how. Yeah, dude, pull up for sure. Just
Yeah,
literally
Very
just-
important
just-
palm trees, VIP.
Yes,
Bro,
very
man,
important
there we
palm
go,
tree.
man. Literally just RSVP. We'll get you guys on the list. Why I think it's gonna be so wild, right? So we got this sick venue. Shout out to our partners. We also got a alcohol sponsor,
give
which
me
just
a
takes
link?
everything over the farm.
What day is
Dude,
it?
go to palmtreesin.com.
Oh.
June 3rd. Yeah, go. Yeah, everything's on the website, right? Palmtreesin.com.
So we're
RSVP,
doing
and then
Shitcoin 2021 on the 3rd, but this is at 8:30.
I'm a speaker on the 4th.
Boom. So here we go. It
So, yeah.
says auction begins right here. I'm looking for the party
Launch
info.
party all the way on the far right.
Can you put my name
there
on?
it is. Launch party.
Can you put my name on, please, Daddy?
Here you go. Putting that link in there for everybody if you're coming to Miami. Fill this out. Yeah, dude, you have to fill it out yourself. It says first name, last
Shit.
name, email address, and your Twitter handle. That way you can get in on that. So I'm
I
gonna
don't
do
have a
that
Twitter.
over
Yeah,
here.
we'll shoot everybody like the RSVP, all the other stuff. But yeah, dude, I'm so
Where's this
excited
bad boy?
because people will actually. I mean, like you're able to go and interact with the. I'll talk about that in a second. But like it really is to celebrate like what we're doing, just to be like having like this paradigm shift and like NFTs and like really celebrate like what we've built as a team. And it's going to be a fun time. The more the merrier. It's gonna get lit. I don't know what to say. Like I throw wild parties. And the fact that we have like a tequila sponsor, alcohol sponsor, I was like, open bar, just pull up. It's
Open
like,
bar,
what else do I have
dude.
to say, right? Yeah, it's crypto, open bars. We'll have a wicked DJ, all this stuff. Yeah, it's gonna be pretty gnarly. So yeah, I've got like that on the docket, and then for the actual like why we're doing like this whole thing, right? I think like the whole Palm Trees Inn, like we're having a real like exhibition of these palm trees throughout the month of June in New York for people to actually go and experience the palm trees themselves, right? So I'm super excited about that for people in New York, where you can only like be at these locations to go and check out the actual trees. And then whoever goes and gets one of the trees, we're putting like a placard next to them. So you can go and like whoever gets one of these trees, right? It's like, it's a flex where it's like, you know, you got this 200, 300 foot palm tree. And then if somebody goes and takes a picture of it at the exhibit, you have the ability to go and like have like, well, the name of the tree, your name, if you choose to be like no longer like anonymous, like, and then like if you have like a message you want to send to the world, you can put that in a little placard.
Oh,
So
that's
it
cool.
can be like,
That's what's up.
yeah. So like, you know, I'm looking at the piece. It's like, the piece is called Pizza Remedy. You could say Kim Bozak being like the owner, or like whatever like address you want to use, and then be like, yo, listen to my podcast, a lot of gang shit, right? And
Gang,
whoever
gang.
goes and like looks at the tree, can go and like would take a picture, and that would be in the background. And like that message would also proliferate through like social media. And we really wanted to like show that like being an owner of these NFTs, right? Like
That's
everyone
really
knows
putting the
people, so to speak.
metadata of the metaverse in the metadata of our verse. It's really meta, dude.
Exactly.
I was gonna say it's really meta.
It's meta. It's meta. Yeah.
I
And
projected
it's
those
like,
two things. I said that in my head, and then when he said a whole lot of gang shit, I said that too.
Yeah, right.
I
We're
over
all vibing, man.
microdosed. I'm controlling things. I'm just kidding.
It's but yeah, we really wanted to drive home like the point of like
Fuck.
ownership and what's it mean, right? Like, you know, like people sold a piece $69 million. Majority of people have never seen that piece, right? And like, dude, it's not interactive. We wanted to create like a piece of art that is interactive, that like, you know, everyone in the world can go and view, and go experience. And then whoever owns it, right? Like, you know, there's notoriety in like owning like Salvador Mundi or like, you know, like a Basquiat, right? We wanted to be able to do that. So if you want to be known, right, instead of just being like, you know, whatever your address is, put your real name or your organization, and people can go be like, oh shit, look, in front of Kim Bozak's tree, a lot of gangs.
I'd probably use
right?
my ENS name, that way people can still send me stuff, because I could just do kenbozak.eth
Yeah.
as the name of my palm tree, and people can send palm trees to my palm tree.
Yeah.
I love that you were smart enough to get that
speaking of
early
which,
too.
that is that's I think one of the coolest things, right? So like these so there's 6 trees, right, in total. 5 of them are going up for auction on June 3rd. Even though most people may not participate or have like the money to go and do so, that doesn't mean you can't go get a miniature NFT, right? And so what we're doing is that people who, for like a limited time, you're actually able to go to the website, like how you're interacting with them. And you can go and take a picture and like plant like a mini tree anywhere in the world, take a picture with it, and then tag us on social media. And then in June, we're going to go and airdrop the people who did that a mini palm tree. So they'll be able to go get one. And we're not going to give away too much information around what the mini trees do. But you all are very familiar with CryptoKitties, and we all know that just like cats, plants breed, and there's different hybrids. So somebody, if you want like a free tree that's gonna do some really cool stuff, like I highly recommend you get in on that, because like we're it's an ongoing collection, right? Where it's supposed to be, you know, palm trees in New York for the first like series, but that'll be like, you know, palm trees in Montreal or so on and so forth, right? So it's a perpetual thing to have like these exhibits. But for the mini ones, it'll be like a little series for like people participating in social media and some other stuff. That'll be able to have some really cool functionalities. So I'm really pumped about this and be able to like put this out to the world, so people can you know, do some cool stuff with palm trees.
I love that you're using palm trees, and in my head I'm like, damn, why didn't they just use cannabis?
Ooh.
I'm just like, can we fork this project and do everything with just giant pot plants in AR too?
Yeah, you guys are legally selling
you
trees.
can. You absolutely can. We're you know, this platform itself, like the AR NFT like platform that like we have, and like my partner and I, we're still trying to figure out like how we want to move it. But yeah, there won't be any reason why you couldn't do that. I feel like the Saudi Arabian government, if you choose to go do that, will have something to say to you, and this is when the laws will come into place. So I mean, like, but I am just the person who's going to be enabling the art. So if you want to do whatever the hell you want, man, it's on you. Like, I'm not
Don't
going to
get mad at
stop.
me.
Matter of fact, here you go. Here's the
Here you
platform.
go.
Thank you.
Hey,
Here's
you
a
go,
swimming
bro.
pool. Swim. You know?
So is this more like a proof
Yeah.
of concept for something bigger? Or is okay? That's what I was getting at then.
Yeah. Palm Trees Inn is like, we started, so the whole company behind this is called the 721 Collective, right? And it's like, it's kind of the dream team. So I used to work on AR NFTs when I used to, like, in 2018, right? And prior to that, I started Crypto Pets in like 2017. So I've been around like the NFT space for a minute. And when I was working on AR NFTs at Human Ventures on a product called Vanimals, right? I think we were the first AR NFT on the or NFT crypto product like on the App Store, right? My like coworker Nam, right? We were always like going back and forth, and like we were just chilling, became boys over like a couple of years. He left Human Ventures to go start an art company called Pollinate, right? Which does like curation stuff. I still stayed in like crypto. And then he hits me up and he's like, hey, I've got this art scene on lock. I know how to do like exhibitions, curations, right? And events around this. And I'm like, oh, I know a thing or two about NFTs and crypto. And he's like, yo, we should do something. And so we like came together and set this up and just started working with artists and brands to go and build cool things. But this AR NFT platform, to go and put stuff, it's a precursor, right? To let like other people do this stuff long term. So we're just like teeing this thing up, and letting people do what they want, do stuff with what we build.
Can you make a giant whale?
Yeah, we can, right? It really doesn't matter what the asset is, right? We can make it happen, man. It's like yes.
So this does seem like a pretty good collab waiting to happen with like Superworld and Palm Trees is all I'm saying.
I want to do something. Let's do something together. Let's be friends.
Let's make some happen.
We get married.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Have you seen a little? Maybe, I don't know. Let me see if I can bring this up. If I can.
I can't wait till people.
Maybe Nathan, you'd have a better shot at finding this if you could send me like the tweet to Gabriel Dean Roberts showing, or anybody really showing off Superworld stuff. I could share that for Aram to see and the chat to see it.
Yeah, Gabriel has some of the better stuff out there, in terms of just using the platform to its best of its abilities.
Let's see if I can find it.
That's
interesting.
I
got it.
He's actually got it right on his Twitter.
Yeah, I know. I saw that. I have it up right now. Let me go ahead and share my screen so Aram can see what I'm talking about.
Let's see it.
And then I'll show you another one that I have that's really unique.
Oh, this is sick.
So it's just a short little clip, but it's just, you can see it floating there in New York City's Times Square, and it's geo-locked to this location.
This is dope.
Yeah, I don't know. This is the only clip I guess he has right now.
I'm putting one in the chat that I have. Wait, no, it doesn't have that there. I'm trying to get it from this other site. I have to use my phone, though.
While we wait, what do you guys think about these UFOs, man? That report's coming out on Tuesday.
I just great timing for distractive mainstream media is all I'm gonna say. It's not
interesting.
I mean, dude, it's not the first time the mainstream media has gone UFO-y, and they do it every couple years whenever they really need to distract people from something.
Ken, I sent you a little something to your Telegram, and I'll drop it in the chat. In your Telegram chat. It's just like a little demonstration. It's not much, but it just shows kind of some cool stuff that people can do with this.
Oh, you're sending me the actual video. Okay. I see.
It's just like a short video.
Oh, yeah. Let me see.
I've shown this one before, but it's a really clean one. That's why I like to use this one. It's a good example.
I want to see if I can share this screen. Oh, I actually think I can. Boom. You can see that, right? What if I... Oh, nope. Okay, that didn't work. Let me try this then.
No.
How about now? Can you see that?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, crap, but they can't. Damn it! I can't win. All right, it's going to have to stay a small video file then, unfortunately. I'm trying to figure this out. All right, so the chat can see that, and then you're going to be able to see this, and here we go.
Oh, this piece is sick.
Yeah, then there's a tree. That's another reason I grabbed this one. There's an actual tree there, kind of a AR tree. and then an image that somebody had put. So it's just a little demo.
But I just
The
love how they
metaverse
don't
is
like fall through the floor. They actually like, you know,
Yes,
are
they have an
walking
understanding of where they're at, sort of.
the tree. Yeah, exactly. It's just really interesting. So
It's just the beginning, too. This is just kind of what we're
Exactly.
putting out there. Wait till you see what Vesta's doing with us.
oh, that dude's a whole
You
nother
have-
level.
People have no idea. Like, that's the one where people are it's gonna be like a gold rush, because people are gonna
Yeah.
see what we're working on with him and gonna be like, oh my god, that's what you guys are doing. Like, it's pretty insane. Right? So, and that's like, I know that you know this, working in that field. Like, there's a lot of stuff that you probably haven't shown people that's insane. There's a lot of things that we've got that we're kind of hiding or trying to keep under wraps. It's just completely out of this world, and it's just a process. Everything has to be right, you know.
Yeah, everything has to be perfect, right? It's
Yeah.
it's like you're trying to blend reality with digital.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. Would you guys like, this isn't even like my full-time like thing, right? This is like a side project for me, just to like build shit. I got to come back on and talk to you guys about what's really been cooking behind the scenes for payments. I'm gonna be launching it seems so boring on its face. I'm working on an HR platform, which it's like, why would I be doing that? But it's for employers to give their employees cryptocurrency benefits and do real-time streaming of payments, which like I'll be like announcing probably like at the crypto conference next week.
Oh, nice.
And I'll definitely want to come and talk to you guys about that. But if you guys think AR is cool, wait until I show you guys how to get your paycheck every 13 seconds. So
That's what's
Yo,
up.
that's crazy. I was
So that's all
literally
you
talking
need.
to my old employer about this in 2015, right before I quit my fucking job and went all in on crypto. Was basically what cryptos will empower is that ability to be paid instantly. I don't have to wait every week, 2 weeks, and then 3 days for it to clear. I'll be able to get paid every second that I'm at work for the second that I work that second. And that second that I get paid, my bills will be getting paid by the second from the income every second. So I will be at a net neutral every second and in profit. I won't have to go and pay my bills after I get my paycheck. My bills will be getting paid by the second as I get paid by the second.
Yeah, and then for your employer, why people have been like signing up in droves, right? And we got some really like high-profile employers signing up, is that they can now hire anybody in the world. The way we architect our system, because like we're streaming the payments, they can get converted into like whatever like local currency or whatever local jurisdiction that employer's in. So I can go and hire somebody in like Kiev or Buenos Aires or like Lagos, right? Start streaming to them, and then like stuff gets like transferred, like stuff gets converted. Like,
yeah, a
on
lot of
their
people
side,
don't
right?
know,
They're gonna get
but
the transfer price.
if you don't live in a country and you work for a company, a lot of the times they'll just pay you in fucking gift cards. Like, I found that out. They'll give you like Amazon gift cards as your paycheck if you like work in tech and like live in like different countries and shit. And then you have to figure out how to sell the gift card to get like, you know, cash or crypto or whatever. I'm like, I didn't know that was a thing, but it's because it's so much easier than going through like banking and using, you know, traditional payments. And now crypto came along. Just, you know, if you don't know that, you know, before crypto, people were getting paid in like gift cards. You know, this is definitely a much needed utility from, you know, probably everywhere but, you know, a couple countries. You know what I mean? The world's a pretty damn big place, and people get stuck in that like first world mentality. Like, oh yeah, the world just works like this because it works like this here. No, it doesn't. The world sucks. We're really if you're in, you know, a place where things just work, you're lucky. You're privileged and enjoy that shit. But yeah, some people are getting paid in like Toys R Us gift cards still.
Dude, even if you're like, forget like
even stores out of business.
Even if you're, dude, that's hilarious. That's hilarious. But even if you're in like a first world country, right? Like if you're an upper middle class citizen in a first world country, right? You're fine. But like people who are getting paid like a minimum wage, like this is still going to be huge for them, right? So they don't have to keep living paycheck to paycheck, right? It's constantly streamed, and like we're like I intend on giving people like minimum wage like credit cards, right? Because I'm gonna have a stream continuous stuff coming in. Yeah, dude.
Oh, there's obviously a use for that too, because I think somebody I know used one of those apps before where they could get their paycheck from this app
like 2 days early.
Yeah, 2 days early, or you could get paid every day by the app, but they take 10% So if you do it 10 day, like, you know what I mean, you're obviously going to end up owing them money, which is really interesting. But yeah, there's things that do this already for like people that work at McDonald's to get their paycheck 2 days early.
Yeah, dude, like the world is the world is changing, right? I'm just having to be a force to go and do it. I hope I see you guys at and everyone in the chat at this thing in Miami, because it's going to be quite fun.
Yeah, Shitcoin 2021 is kind of my thing, so I have to be there.
Dude, I'm excited for that.
Who's your idea?
It would be really funny if I just didn't show up to my own thing.
Ooh, let's just go jet ski.
Let's just go jet skiing the whole fucking week.
We'll get tattoos of each other's faces on our backs, like Steve-O, and then we'll,
No, we gotta get Dude and Sweet or Fun and FOMO, like Dude, Where's My Car? What's my tattoo?
I'm down. We'll do that.
FOMO. What about mine? Fun. What does mine say? FOMO.
Yo, is it possible to pull up to your event on a jet ski? Asking for me.
I don't know if we're close enough to the water. I'm almost positive we're not.
If you have enough momentum, you could probably.
Yeah, I was going to say, you could do it on like a trailer of a pickup truck.
Hovercraft. You can go from water to land on that bad boy.
Yo, how do jet skis like work, Loki? Like, what's on the bottom of a jet ski? I feel like there's
I think it's just
water
a
intake.
propeller.
Yeah.
It just like pulls you, kind of.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not like a Fortnite thing where I could like take a jet, like hop it up the water, and like glide on the grass, right?
There
So-
are-
So it's like a
All right.
fan. It's like a reverse fan. So how the fan is like pulling air and pushing air out the other side. I think it's
Right,
like that.
it sucks in water and
It's
just
underwater, yeah.
push. Yeah, exactly. But there are some that I've seen that are like all terrain, which are like pretty cool. They're like snowmobiles. The snowmobiles, they have like that tread like a tank does.
Yeah.
And they also have the fan for water, so you could get like a jet ski, snow ski, and maybe pull up on that.
Also, there's like jet
Do they
pump
take
type
crypto?
things. Too. Like
In
a
Miami,
well.
we found out nobody accepts crypto, even though they say they
Dude.
do. They don't. They're all full of shit. Miami is
They're
such
full
a
of shit.
poser. It's a poser ass fucking city, bro. Like, oh, the mayor is
Wild,
all in on
dude.
crypto and the blah. I'm like, this whole place sucks.
That's why we didn't eat breakfast with the mayor.
Yeah.
I just
You
want to
know,
spend
it's,
crypto, but yeah,
We could have had breakfast. Remember that with the mayor.
yeah, we were busy.
We were busy.
Dude,
It sounds so
like kudos to whoever tries to build a company down in Miami, because like I spent 2 weeks down there this year, and then like I'll probably spend another month in June. But like it all depends. But like I couldn't see myself basing and like growing a company out of like Miami, man. It's like tech bros with money who are trying to build a company. You know, they're gonna try to flex, and we were all nerds in high school. There's no reason you to be at like Club Live, like trying to look cool to impress some like 18-year-old, right? It's just not a productive city.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, what? But I mean, like, shout out to the mayor down there. I know that they're trying hard to get like all of tech.
That's
I don't
what
even
they
know where all of
say,
tech is.
dude. I don't know, man.
Seems
I
like
don't
that
see
shit
that.
is working, man.
I don't know about the incentives though. I mean, it seems good, but I haven't seen like a ton of it in action. I'm not sure. I could be
What
wrong.
are the incentives other than the good weather? I mean, like, and there's
Yeah,
taxes.
I just want to be able
to.
to spend my crypto as crypto in a place
But-
that calls themselves a crypto place, and it's just
Cost of living
Go
in
to
Miami is
Estonia.
very high too. So it's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
you're going to compromise there. Like you might get some benefit from moving your business there, but you're paying twice as much.
I
to
could
live
probably
there,
use
so.
crypto as crypto in like Venezuela more than I can anywhere else.
Yeah, it's actually true. Remember when we offered to pay your tattooist like an extra 1,000 or something? If
Him and the girl at the register were both very not interested
It's like,
in getting
nah.
a tip in crypto. They were like,
it was
nah.
weird.
I was like, but
Yeah.
I'm not going to really be able to tip you in cash. I don't have much cash. I just got enough for the tattoo and a little bit for the tip here, but I could give you a much bigger tip if you just wanted to take some of my shit coins. And both were like, no, not interested. I was like, oh my God.
Interest is like,
Yeah.
he's like, hey, take that, take it.
Yeah, 2021's still not there yet, you know, and you'd think maybe
Wait,
if
this
I
is
offered them,
recent?
yeah, when I got my face tattoo in Miami like a month ago, we tried to give them crypto, and they were just like,
Yeah.
nah.
It was crazy. Like we were asking a lot
But
of
maybe
different
I should have
people.
offered them Dogecoin. That's where we fucked up.
You were offering wax and Bitcoin. They're like, nah, dude, that they both suck.
They
Give us
both
Doge.
suck, yeah. I
Give
need
us
to get some
Doge.
Doge.
Wax is surprisingly stable, actually, considering.
Looking at the
everything
market,
else.
I don't know. I'm literally
Just stay between
impressed.
14 and 17 cent for like the last week. It's just kind of holding.
Everything's gone
It's
down
pretty stable
just
for
a
crypto.
lot. And
Yeah, that's what I
Wax
felt.
has been pretty stable. So yeah, respect to the community. We got more diamond hands in Wax than any other community. Proof is on the market cap.
That's true.
Strong hands only.
Yeah.
Crazy to see it.
The tokenomic structure is very, very in place because you can't fucking sell wax anywhere. So it's like
Yeah.
you have to hold.
You
It's
can
perfect.
spend Wax on NFTs all day, but good luck cashing out. That's a nightmare. All right, I'm going to wrap things up here. I hope people were scanning the QR code on the bottom of the screen. I gave away a few NFTs. I hope everybody has a day. Anything that you wanted to say, Aram, that we didn't get a chance? I posted the link to palmtreesin.com for the community to go and check out again. I know you'll be at Shitcoin 2021. Anything else?
Hit me up in Miami. I love hanging out with new people. Come find me. That's it.
Come find
see
me.
me, guys.
Come at me.
Yeah, find me. Come talk to me. I'll be the guy wearing a Hawaiian shirt with like aggressively wearing like only 2 buttons on it. You will know who
I
I
gotta
am.
get a Hawaiian shirt, dude.
I'll be wearing a Hawaiian shirt and a pair of Heelys because I'm trying to bring those back, and that's no caps.
Respect.
Such good transportation.
I'm really, you know what?
Should we get some Heelys,
I
guys?
kind of want to. You know what? I'm with you,
Dude,
Aram.
get a pair of Heelys.
I might do that.
What about our scooters? We have to get our own
Okay, no,
scooters.
those.
too.
Why don't you have both of them, right? Like, get the scooter. Like,
Hop off the scooter
then, like,
and Heely.
Yeah, hop the scooter. Like, make it like a tricycle.
So
it's like
I
you
can
have, like,
ghost
both your
ride the
wheels up
whip.
and then like a scoot.
Yeah, ghost ride the
Yes.
whip, scooter the streets, Heely the hotel.
Yes.
All right,
Yes, like that's the thing.
What's your
There's
Twitter
so many good
account?
opportunities.
I tried to find you on Twitter and I could not. Do you
At
have?
He's
Aram
at-
Barnett.
At ghost ride the whip.
No.
Let's go right here in our little chat right here. I'll drop you my my Twitter.
Ooh.
There we go. Let me grab that because
And
I would
then-
have tagged you in the. I would have tagged you in the fucking live stream, but I didn't see. Oh, I am following you. Why didn't I typed in your name and everything, and you're literally your name? That's annoying. Yeah, I already follow you, and I went to look for you this morning to at you in the title, and nothing showed up. So I just put your name without a Twitter account. But if you know, if
Dude,
you
I
look
feel
at,
like Twitter has shadow banned me for.
it's possible
I
from
don't even know.
2014. Yeah, you've probably been shadow banned at least once from then till now.
At least once. At least.
Oh
expressed-
no, you got a video pinned to your thing with 150,000 views. That could do it. That could do it. Twitter doesn't like people that game theory their platform.
But like, why wouldn't it? I'm like, it's like my mom and like giving her Bitcoin. It's like why would it's wholesome content?
No, I've seen. Yeah, I definitely have seen
It's
this. It's
wholesome
funny.
content.
No, it is, dude. It really is. But I think, just correct me if I'm wrong, chat. Right? But this could. I'm gonna bring it up right here. So this is his Twitter account, 2014, and I'm thinking, yeah, why wouldn't you show up when I tried to look? Oh, you have this pinned. And Twitter, I know this because whenever I post a video, like, calling out a scammer at a conference, if it gets anything near this, I stop showing up on Twitter. So it's like, I don't know if it's just my own conspiracy theory or if other people have this, like, realization of, like, when you actually get trending on Twitter and you're not a fucking celebrity, they kind of punish you for it. It happens to me. Whenever any of my videos go like semi-viral and get like 100,000 views, dude, I stop showing up on shit.
Well, Jack Dorsey will be in Miami. We're gonna go talk to him.
He'll be right down the street from Shitcoin 2021.
He's gonna stop in.
Tell him to pull up.
He's
gonna stop in.
He can stop in if he wants. I wouldn't.
We're gonna see him with that beard and that nose ring though. We'll spot
Dude,
you, bro.
I mean, he's welcome, but I don't.
He's welcome. He's cool.
I don't think he'd show up
I'll buy him dinner.
unless he wants to get roasted. I'd have to make like a stop this whole conference, put him on stage, and start a celebrity roast.
It's like, boy.
Imagine being a Bitcoin maximalist and selling your tweets as Ethereum NFTs.
Wild, right?
Yeah, a little bit. All right, let's wrap it up here, guys. Love everybody in the
gets
chat. I see 3D Douglas over on Twitch. Thanks for the support on Twitch, bro.
Hey.
Hey, Katoshi's back. Looks like you didn't get banned for life. I saw you get put in timeout. It wasn't me. Dogecoin Kid, thanks for stopping by, bro. Much appreciated. See you in Miami.
Love you, bro.
Gabriel, how goes it, bro? Thanks for stopping
Gabe.
by. DNB, PFC
Hey.
Wells, OG Bro's here. Vinny, thanks again for stopping by. A bunch of others, Mellow Fellow, Randy was here. Gene David Mallard said hi from France. I sent you a NFT, bro. All right, I'm out. Have a day.
We're out. Love you. Bye.
Big.
Hello, happy bros. Hey, you're about to get a face full of the Ken Bozak. He's a mentor. That's what I heard. He's a connector. Oh, yeah. He's a brilliant leader. I've seen it. He's Ken Bozak. Oh, happy bro. You gotta get some Bitcoin and hold it. Happy bros. You gotta get those NFTs and you gotta hodl that stuff. You gotta hodl it. 'Cause I'm Ken bro. We got your Bitcoin, bro. He's an original. Buy some NFTs and hold them. How many times does he have to tell you? Going to the moon. We're going to the moon. We're going to the moon. We're going to the moon. Going to the moon. We're going to the moon. We're gonna get real high. 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 Yeah, we're going to the moon. We're going to the moon. Bro, we're going to the moon. Oh yeah, we're going to the moon. We're gonna get real high. Real high. Yep. Real high. Hello, happy bros. Come get some Ken Bozak.